Hi everyone. In this lecture, we'll study arrays and vectors, right? So, what are arrays, right? Arrays are first of all a data structure. But to understand why we need a separate data structure for like arrays, what is the need of arrays, right? So, I'm sure till now you know how to declare a variable. I think you know how to declare in X, how to declare a character variable, right? How to declare a float, right? And how to declare anything, right? So what if I tell you that declare 1,000 variables, or you can say 1,000 integers specifically, so that I can keep a track record of each and every variable, right? I want to store the names, or you can say not necessary names at this point of time, but I want to store the house numbers of all the houses in this locality, right? So there are approximately 200 houses, and I want to store uh, the house number in the integer format for every household. What would you do? Would you declare like h1, now h2, now h3? What you will do specifically? There is another example of this. For example, I tell you that store 100 integers, right? And we have to take the sum of those integers. Now that's easy with the help of normal integers. You can use loops, right? But you want to store and want to keep a track record of 1,000 things, 10,000 things, right? So what you will do? So that's why the arrays are used, right? So it will be absolutely stupid to declare 1,000 variables like h4 or h5 up to h1000, right? It will be absolutely stupid. So how will you do that? So the answer lies here. Array is a data structure, and arrays are used to store multiple variables, obviously of the same data type, at continuous memory location, right? And the thing is, here how we keep the track record is the most interesting part, right? So for example, this is the array, right? So this is the array of size 5, right? Now I can store 5 things here. So how the indexing works is this is 0th position, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So in arrays, the indexing, the numbering, you can say, starts from 0. It is 0, this is 1, 2, and 3, and 4. For example, the name of this array is ARR, right? So this position will be ARR of 0. This position will be ARR of 1. This position will be ARR of 2. This position will be ARR of 3, and this position will be ARR of 4. All right. So that's how we can access every variable individually also, and we don't have to remember the variable names because we only have one variable, and that is in this case is ARR. All right. So that's how arrays work. So if you want to declare 1,000 variables, what we will do? We will not declare 1,000 variables separately. We will just declare an array of size 1,000, right? In this, right? In this, how the indexing will be there? It will be from 0 to 999, right? The maximum locations means there will be obviously 1,000 locations, but the maximum index that will be stored in this array will be 999. And since the indexing is starting from 0, so the number of elements obviously will be 1,000, right? So this here is 999 is what? For example, for the size is n, then the largest index will be of n minus 1, right? To be write it more clearly, it's n minus 1. So that's how arrays work, right? I hope it's clear. Let's move forward. So that's this is the syntax of declaring an array. For example, if you want to declare an array of integer data type, it will be in the name of the ARR. For example, in this case also the name of the array is ARR, and the number of elements is 5. So that's how the array will be declared, obviously the semicolon. And how these things will be, how the array will be stored in the memory. This is the 0th position, right? This is the zeroth position. This is first, second, third, and fourth, right? So that's how arrays are declared. Now, how can we access the array? It's very simple. Let's say you run a for loop from 0 to 5. I is less than 5, right? I should not be equal to 5, otherwise it will access, means the compiler, obviously the C++ runtime will not allow to access the index outside of the allocated range, right? Now if we want to print the array, we can do it like this. It's like this, right? So if you can clearly understand, this is an example of how arrays work. How can we use arrays, right? Using loops are actually really important. Now if you have array, right, and if you want an array of size 1000 and you want to print every integer, right, and you don't have loops, obviously you will not be able to use it optimally. Now that's how you can declare 1000 variables, right? Obviously the most important part is array indexing. Let me make it more and more clear. Let me explain it again, right? I'm keeping the array of size as 5 to means so that you can understand it more perfectly. Let's say that if you want to store the subjects, the marks of the subjects, right? Not subjects, basically the marks, right? You can say points or marks, whatever it is, right? You declared an array marks of size 5. Now the position will be here. The position will be here. You stored 100, 90, 80, 70, 60. All right. Now what you want is, you also have some kind of mapping, or you don't have mapping, but you want to take an average of whatever it is. You can use loops, right? So it's a really naive example, but I hope you will understand how the arrays work, right? So it is like, right, you can also take input also. Now if you want to take input from the user, right, in this case the marks are entered by the admin. Now if you want to take input, what you will do is, sorry, my handwriting is actually terrible, I know. Yeah, so that's how you can take input in the array, you can print here, right? So that's how you can do it. Now let's write a program and practically understand how the arrays work. So the basic code is all anyway written here. Let's create an array. Int arr of 5, right? It's in marks, not 4, 5. Right now input marks. Let's say, now let's run it. What happened here? ARR was not declared. Okay, it's not ARR, the name of the array is marks, right? Yeah, now let's input the marks. For the first is, let's make it more intuitive, right? The marks are what are the marks? 100, 90, 80, 70, 60. Anyway, in this case, the space and the enter are the delimiter, right? Okay, so basically it has printed the 100, 90, 80, 70, 60. So let's use some space here so that we can understand clearly. Right. We are separating it using comma. It's 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, and that's how it is. 100, 90, 80, 70, and 60. Right? So that's how the arrays work. Right? We are taking input and we are printing it. All right. So that's how you can use arrays. Now, I guess you are able to understand arrays. So that's all about arrays. I hope you understood. So if you're not able to understand anything, so let me tell you something, that this array part is actually important. It's very, very, very important. I cannot imagine my day of programming without using arrays or loops, right? So course is actually really, really basic, right? In your future, right, when you will do programming, every part of this course will be used, right? So don't take it lightly, right? If you're not able to understand anything, just ping us, right? So that's it for today. We'll meet next time. Thank you.